Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire Challenge, Ohio Richlands. It is now June, as you can see. The worker evidently thinks they completed their task, but they did not do so. I've got the worker starting here, well, at least attempting to start, fertilizing this field, the second application. We also have to spray it. As you can see, there's a ton of weeds, so we've got a lot of spraying to do here. But we'll do the spraying a little bit later on. We've got a lot to accomplish today. We've got to finish fertilizing this field, to fertilize the field across the road there, and that field back there is ready to harvest. It is also June, which means it is, well, at some point today, probably later on today, will be the best time to sell the soybeans. Now, the field we're getting ready to harvest is also soybeans. So I'm expecting a nice, pretty, well, stop running into stuff, see? I'm expecting a nice, pretty big payday here. I'm hoping we get somewhere in the vicinity of around $250,000 in the bank by the time this one's over. You can see we're at 50 currently. I also have the need and the want to put down a digestate dryer so we can turn that into solid fertilizer. When that occurs, we'll be able to sell that solid fertilizer for a lot of money as well. Now that we have 3 different things that we're putting into the BGA, we should hopefully start making a lot more profit here moving forward. At least that's the goal. That's the hope. Things kind of have to go our way for all that to occur, but we've talked about it already, and we'll bring it up real quick here again. Our goal moving forward for the rest of the series here is more about just trying to save and make money than to upgrade and buy new stuff. Now, there are certainly things that we're going to want to upgrade and buy. A harvester probably is in our near future here, but other than that, the likelihood is low that we buy or upgrade anything else, with the exception of one other thing. If we start doing more grass work, which I don't know if we will or not, but if we do start doing more grass work, we'll upgrade the mower as well. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. What you see is what we're going to try to stay with for at least a little while here. We've got to start saving some money. Up to this point, we really, I mean, we were for a little bit, but we really haven't been saving a whole lot of money, and that has to change if we're going to succeed in completing this series and getting to $1 billion before Farming Simulator 25 comes out. As I've mentioned quite a number of times here, this plan for this series is to take it all the way up to FS22 if it doesn't get done before then, right? So we'll see how things go. I'm expecting that we will make it there. It may not seem like it right now, but now that we have, a quick save here real quick, now that we have a number of fields, I expect that we will get there, because we've got quite a number of fields. We need to really buy one more big field. I think if we buy one more big field, we'll be in really good shape, so that kind of goes against what I just said. But we've got to save money to be able to buy one of those big fields anyway, right? The big fields are they're insane. That's 1.1 million. 789,000. I mean, they're big, right? So to buy another field, it's going to cost us a lot. So we got to get the money up there so we can do so. Now, the good thing is we have 21,182 liters of soybeans at current in the silo, and we also have a ton of wheat, oat, and canola, which we can do something with, sell, whatever. But those are not going to be better. They're not going to be best to sell till the end of the year, so we've got a ways to go on holding those in there. Now, we could maybe do something else with them. Maybe we make canola oil, maybe we make some flour, whatever it is, right? We'll have to look into it a little bit more, but there's that potential, there's that option for us to do that. But we'll just have to kind of weigh the positives and the negatives of doing stuff like that. The positives would be you probably make a little bit more money in the long run. The negatives is it probably takes a lot longer to run through and eat through all that to make that money, right? But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. We might end up doing here is once I get around the headland here at least one time, put on a worker for a brief period of time, and then start working on getting the workers going on some of the other stuff. We'll probably do most of the harvesting on this field ourselves. It won't be all of it, but most of it we'll probably do ourselves. Now, the other thing to note is we do have another plot of land, which we've talked about a number of times, that still has trees on it to remove. Those trees really I can remove them now, but they're really going to be best to remove, and best time to sell them is going to be in the winter months. So I'm hoping, as typically is in Farming Simulator, that in the winter months we make a lot of money, and that's where we really start to drive forward here and make progress. We've been, I wouldn't say close, but we've had about $500,000 in the bank at one point on the series, but then we've started utilizing it for buying more fields or equipment or whatever it may be. So the other thing to note is we do have a cotton field in the back, right? That cotton field is going to require a harvester. We do not have a harvester. Harvesters for that are very expensive. They're nearly $500,000. Well, one of them is actually almost $1 million, but the one we'll probably utilize is $400 and something thousand. I don't think we'll have an issue getting to that point to harvest it. We're not even playing on seasons anyway, so it could literally just sit there if we wanted it to, even though it may not seem like it, time is money there, right? The faster we get that harvested and something else put in it, the more money we make. So if we just have it sitting there for a while and not being harvested, I mean, we're losing money in the long run that way, right? So that's kind of where we are today. So a lot of things to accomplish. Probably, I don't know for sure. I was going to say probably will end up being 2 episodes like normal lately, as of late, where we do 2 episodes in June. But you never know. We'll see. We probably really should be doing 2 episodes in June. Because I don't see any way that I can get all this harvested, re-drilled, everything fertilized, spread, mowed, all the stuff that we just talked about that we have to do. I don't see any way that we'll accomplish that without having a 2-hour episode, which some of you may like. I know some of you have extended out comments and feelings that you like the longer episodes, and I will try to do them for you. I think I've mentioned this recently, actually, but I will try to do them for you as I can. But it really just depends on my own personal schedule and time, right? Not in the game. I'm talking about in real life. So, but I will do the best I can to try to throw a longer episode in from time to time. YouTube Analytics tells me the sweet spot for me is around 30-ish, 35 minutes. So that's what I've been trying to do. Even if I have to do jump cuts or whatever, but I'll leave a long one in every once in a while, I promise. I promise. On every series, I'll do that every once in a while. Probably won't be any rhyme or reason to it. It probably won't be like, oh, I'm going to do a long episode on this series this week and a long episode on this series next week. Probably won't be anything like that. Sometimes it may be long episodes, multiple long episodes in that one week, and then some there might not be any, right? So there probably won't be any rhyme or reason on that one. It's just going to be what I have time for that week and whenever I recorded it, because I may have recorded it, well in advance for whatever reason, because I had the time. All right, so let's put a worker on that, because it's going to need to be... did he really finish? No, he didn't. These workers are morons, I'm telling you. They can't figure out that there is still stuff to be fertilized here. I mean, if I go at this angle, you can clearly see it. It's clear as day. All right. So we're going to use the John Deere here. Let me go get the big trailer. Now, I would suspect, we'll look on when we're done loading this up here real quick. Ooh, it looks like the trailer needs some service here. Let's give it some service on the way out, even though that's money that we really don't want to or need to spend right now, but that's okay. Let's do it anyway. Now, I don't know. I would suspect that the soybeans are probably not going to be best to sell until later on. So there is potential if we do 2 episodes that we might wait and sell them in the second episode, right? There's that potential still. It only cost me $1,000 to repair it. I mean, I might as well repair the John Deere while we're here, even though the John Deere we're going to never get rid of, probably. We're going to continue to utilize it, unless the servicing on it just gets to be too astronomical as far as the price. Alright, so the worker completed their task. Now I do believe that the fertilizing is done on that field, so we can probably jump over to the other field now at this point. I believe that would be 100% a fact. Looks like we're going to have to stop the worker, though. Looks like he's going to get to the end here and not be full, but he will be full by the time he gets turned back around and comes back. So we'll have to stop him when the time comes here. Actually, I'm just going to stop him now. It's going to kill a little bit of crop, but we're just going to stop him now because he's not even going to be able to do anything. He's going to take one little move, and he's going to be in the middle of all the crops. So I'd rather just kill that one tiny bit because of that back wheel versus killing a ton more. Now, I could finagle my way, probably, to telling a worker to go here without actually getting into the piece of equipment and probably not kill any crop, but, I mean, that really didn't kill anything. I mean, that's nothing. It's minuscule. All right, while that's happening, let's get into this, and we can get the worker harvesting. We get the worker fertilizing that field over there, and then we can get the sprayer out on this field and get to spray in this field. So much to do. It's a good thing to have, though. It's a good thing. Having a lot to do is a good thing. Yeah, like I said, hopefully you're all doing well. I'm doing really well. Things are good. I mean, work sucks, but everybody thinks that, though, for the most part. I mean, well, I guess some people really like their job, but mine can be good at some points, but other times it's abysmal. I get the good when it's good, and I get the bad when it's bad, if that makes any sense. Because I deal with front-facing clients, basically. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again quick. I'm a project manager for a very small, tiny software company. I mean, tiny software company. I was employee 18 when we started. We now have like 70, so we've grown huge in comparison to when I started. But I've been here for about 9 years, almost 10 years. But yeah, it has its perks, I guess. Sometimes when things are going good, you're getting good graces and everybody's happy. But then when things are bad, man, whew, you're getting the brunt of it. Even if it's not your fault, you're getting the brunt of it. So it's positive and negatives, I guess. Just like everything. Anyway, enough rambling about work. That's not what we're here for. We're here to do some Farming Simulator. Enjoyable work. Alright, let me get the worker back going on this, and then we can continue on with everything else we gotta do. Alright, so let's get into the case here. This is the next piece of equipment we need. Now, the bales are about 75-ish%. So they're not silage yet. When they do become silage, I'm going to throw a lot of them into that BGA. And we'll probably sell the rest of them, honestly. Keep a few behind. But most of them will likely be sold. We got a lot of bales, though. You can see that. There's a ton of bales there. Let me just verify that what I said was correct. 80%. So, yeah, they were around 78%. So, yeah, right around that mark. So, maybe by the time we're getting close to ending this episode, they might be ready, which means we could throw some in the BGA, which would be good. Last episode, like I titled it, we're trying to speed up the BGA process, because that's just it's kind of a gold mine if you do it the proper way. This one's a little bit slower than what I would like. I didn't really test it before I put it down, so it's a little bit slower than I would like, but it's okay. We're still making good money off of it. Real good money, actually. Once we get a little bit more money together as well, even though this once again goes against the thing of let's just save some money. In the long run, it'll make us money, though. We're going to start what I've been talking about. I don't know, it's probably been 10 episodes now, where I said we were going to line this path with bees. We're still planning to do that, I promise. We're going to do it. Right now, we really haven't had the money. Once the winter months come, I think we're going to be in a lot better shape. as I've kind of explained, we'll probably be in a lot better shape, actually, whenever we sell the soybeans, whether it's, you know, today and one episode in June, or if we do 2 episodes in June, or whatever it may be, whenever we decide to sell the soybeans. I think we're going to be in a lot better shape. We could probably spend, you know, $40,000-$50,000 from that money on some more bees, because that's just going to make us constant money. It's constantly incoming money. It does not really fluctuate that much, so we have it on auto selling, so it's constantly selling every hour or every day, whatever, however that you know, implement works. I don't recall if it's every day or every hour. I've talked a lot about trying to upgrade stuff, right, to make things faster for us so we can get things done quicker, but I mean, I kind of had to rethink. That's really the reason why I said what I said at the beginning of the episode, right? We really should be trying to utilize what we have as much as we can and keep our upgrading to a minimum if we're really going to succeed and get to $1 billion. $1 billion is a lot. It's a lot of money. And we're nowhere near it. We're not even close to $1 million right now. So we probably need to, if we're going to use the money, use it on productions and things like that are going to make us a little bit more money in the long run, or just try to continue to stick with what we currently have. So that's the approach we're going to attempt to take moving forward. May not be as exciting of content. I don't think that worker's actually done. Actually, matter of fact, I know that worker's not done. I don't think it'll be as exciting of content as you probably would want, but, you know, at some point it was going to get to that point, right? At some point it was going to get to a time period where we need to actually start saving money and just doing farming, not continuing to buy and upgrade and add new things. We need to go on a little bit of a string here of getting stuff done. It's, I mean, right now it's June. Actively, in the actual real world, it is July. Farming Simulator comes out in November. We don't have a whole lot of time. We really, really don't. Seems like it. Certainly does, because, I mean, that's a long ways away, but it's going to be here before we know it, gang. It's Farming Simulator 25 is going to be here before we know it. So I'm little concerned that we may or may not succeed in this series. Now, hopefully, at some point, maybe one of our other series ends a little early, and we've got a little time. Maybe we can, you know, bump this up to maybe a week where we have 2 episodes of this in a week, or maybe 3 episodes in a week. Who knows, right? That would probably help us, but it just depends on if we're going to be able to do that or not. I don't know if we're going to be able to, truly. I'm going to go up here to the end of this, and then I'm going to go fill this back up again, because the worker's going to need it to be filled up. He might even need it filled up again. But we'll fill it up at least, so then when we set the worker off, he's got a full tank of herbicide, and hopefully he gets most of the way done, if not all the way. I really love the way our farm has come together, though. I really, really do. I really like our farm right now. I'd like to get rid of one of those other straw silos that I put in. I mean, one of them, I'm fine having one there, but 2 of them, it doesn't, it's just a personal preference, really. It probably doesn't bother any of you, but it just kind of bothers me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I got to get rid of that one. It's just driving me crazy a little bit. I don't like it. So I'm very hopeful that having the manure now going in there will help chew through some more of that straw. And really, we probably should be putting all of the straw into the manure, because the manure gives us a lot more in regard to electricity and digestate than just putting straw in there directly. So we probably should start utilizing that if we can, as much as possible. Alright, workers going. We'll see how they do. Here we go. I don't know why you ended. There's nothing to end there. You didn't even go anywhere. Or maybe I didn't put it on a worker. I thought I did, though. Didn't I put this on a worker? I don't know. Who knows now? I didn't even go around the headland, so maybe I didn't. Who knows? Who knows? Easy there, easy. The good thing is the worker probably is going to be full here very soon, and he will be facing the correct way, which should help when we're trying to unload the soybeans, right? I'm going to go up here. May not be perfect, but I'm going to go up here anyway. All right, workers going here. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. So I think what we're going to do here, gang, is it's time to put in a bit of a time lapse here. It's time to get this thing going. So we'll unload this. Probably take over for the worker, honestly. Save us a little bit of money that way. A little bit of cash. And we'll get this field taken care of. So let's see how long this takes. Let's see where we get to. And we'll see where we're at as far as the time goes on the episode. And potentially go sell some soybeans. All right, again, we got a lot accomplished here. Still have some more to harvest in this field here. I'm going to let the worker continue to do his thing here. The price is still going up. It's pretty damn good, though, so I don't expect it to go much higher than it currently is. But what we're going to do in the meantime... First of all, we're going to unload some more straw. There's not much that's going to be able to be unloaded from there, but we're going to do it anyway. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get the mower out, and I'm going to get the worker just doing some mowing. Just some basic mowing. We're not going to do anything crazy with it. We're not going to pick it up yet or anything like that. We're just going to have a worker get going on mowing the grass with our standard mower that we have. We're not going to upgrade the mower or anything like that. And eventually we're going to turn all of that into silage. Now, I've talked a number of times, not only about the bees, but about sheep as well. We haven't done anything with the sheep. We're going to do the sheep soon. It'll be probably episode 2 of June. We're getting a lot accomplished here in June, a lot more than I was expecting to accomplish so far. But we still are going to have another episode because we're going to drill the field that we're harvesting currently the next episode. And then we're going to kind of focus on everything else as far as the sheep goes in the bees, and maybe if we decide to buy something else in the next episode as well. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything, this field needs to be fertilized a second time. Forgot about that, so we need to fertilize that again as well. I'll save that for episode 2 as well of June. And realistically, I probably should save the mowing for episode 2 as well, but I'm going to at least set a worker on mowing it now and just see where we get to. It's not a huge field, but it is a pretty big field, and for this size of mower, it's actually a pretty big field. All right, workers going. Let the worker do their thing. Let's get down here. We're probably gonna have a full load here when this is done, and I think honestly, when this is full, we're just gonna go sell it. So if we look at the price, soybeans, June is the best time. It's going up. It's $6,350 at the sell everything container. $12 more to go to Butler's, and it's further away. I don't know. It might be worth it, I guess. I mean, they're not far away. The sell points aren't that far away, right? So maybe it is worth it. I guess we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll take it to the actual sell point. Now, we should get a full load off of this trailer from this field here, easily. We're at 91% in the trailer, and there's still a lot to be harvested. So we should easily be able to fill this up to max. I'm just going to take over for the worker now at this point. Won't be putting in another time lapse because we did one already. It was a decent sized one, but we'll do a bit of a jump cut here. I'll get the rest of it done. And yeah, we'll go sell the soybeans and see how much we get off of one trailer load. What I may end up doing is when we get a full trailer load, we go sell that trailer load now. We keep the rest of the soybeans until episode 2, which will still be in June, right? And we see if the price continues to go up, and it's an astronomical amount up more. When we're getting close to ending that episode, we'll see how much more it would have gone up if we would have waited for the whole trailer load, and if it would have really made that big of a difference. If it's only a couple $100, it really doesn't. It's not going to make that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things, right? But selling this trailer load now will allow us to accomplish the other things I want to do, right? Adding the more bees down and then putting the sheep in, which the sheep will make us more money in the long run too, because we can turn the wool into clothes. Clothes is a big money maker. So we also have one other idea I want to do as well, but I talked about it, the digestate, right? Get a digestate dryer of some sort. So that will probably be episode 2 as well. So we'll do a lot of the production upgrades and things of that nature, animals, things like that, in episode 2 here in June. But the bulk of it will be re-drilling this field for sure. Re-drilling this field. Probably spray the field too, honestly. And I've mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again here really quickly. I've kind of modified. I mean, this at the beginning, I said that the rules on this one were a little bit more relaxed anyway. And we've kind of expanded that a little bit since then, right? We've started allowing multiple episodes per month. And I mentioned it before. I don't know if we actually have done it yet. We might have. I forget. But we're also going to allow skipping months as well. So if we have nothing to do, we don't have to just sit here and wait around and try to find something to do. We can go ahead and just skip until there's a month when we actually do have something to do. And we've got all those silage bales, which should be ready in the next episode. They're not going to be ready today, or in this episode, I guess, this part of June. They're still probably about 85%, so they're not going to be ready to do anything with, but we'll have those to deal with as well. So there's a lot more than you might think in episode part 2 of June. But getting that mowing started will just only help us. It will only help us for the next episode. We can go directly into making silage bales, and then we can drill this field, fertilize that other small field over there, and then work on the productions and sheep and bees. All right, we are full up here, gang. Let's go sell this stuff. It's Butler's AG 6375, so it already has gone up again. So, yeah, let's go sell it. Certainly not astronomical numbers by any means. Maybe we should just wait and sell it all in the next episode. But nah, it's not. It's not going to be anything crazy. I mean, it's gonna plateau out here any minute at some point. So. Make sure I have the beacons on. Do now. It's hard to see from back here, but they're definitely on. Alright, we are pulling up here now. This is going to be a good payday, gang. 35,000 liters. 350,000 liters. That'd be something. 350,000 liters. Whew. This is going to take a while to unload now. This is like an animal drop, so it's going to take a while, but that's fine. While that's happening, we can continue our harvest here. And you can just watch the numbers just continue to climb. $100,000 out of that, so not bad at all. I think we're going to get about 150,000 probably from that total, counting the soybeans that we currently have in storage. Unless it stopped. It could have stopped, because it does that now all of a sudden. So if I flip it to manual, I know somebody told me that if I flip it to manual, because I forgot about that. If you flip it to manual instead of automatic gear shifts or whatever, start, stop, all that stuff, which I think I already have it on manual. Start stop. I always have it on manual start stop, actually. I never turn it off. So maybe that's what they were talking about, because I never have that off. At least I shouldn't have, unless maybe I flipped it off on accident, or on accident. Because I hate that. I always have that off. So that might not actually work, but let's just double check and make sure that I didn't miss something here, because I always have that off. Gear shift is automatic. Where is... It's in here, isn't it? Stop and go braking. Automatic engine start off. Yeah, so it should... I've got it set up right, so it's just something to do with this map. Or yeah, it stopped. I knew it. See? Automatic engine start off, but it turns it off. So there's something wrong with it. So whoever made that comment in the last post, I apologize. I forget what your name was, but if you're watching now and you watched to this point, yeah, there is your proof right there. I have it on off, but it just told me that the engine had turned off, and all I did was flip it, and we saw the amount going up. We saw the amount climbing. So it's going to be a lot more. than what I said, which is good. I said I wanted to be about 250,000, and we still have a bunch in the harvester and in the silo, so we're going to be well above that. Because we had around 50,000 when we started this, and we're going to end here with 276,000. So yeah, that's some good money, gang. That's some real good money. I'm real happy about that. So we're going to leave the episode there, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. It's free, helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below. Let me know about what we just saw. That was proof right there that I have it set up as it should be. The only other thing I can think of, which maybe it's what that individual said, but I thought they were talking about the automatic engine start. But maybe it's the setting the gear shift to. That shouldn't make any difference though. That shouldn't make a difference. Anyway, if you know, or if you've seen this or experienced this, let me know down below. I'm happy to accept my own mistakes if I'm missing something here. Clearly there's something, or it's just the actual mod or the map itself. But let me know down below. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.